legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke fluff. Who gives a shit? As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
Be in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse. Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep.
No. Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it.
You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because if no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really?
I'm just imagining like just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
So dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep wheeling out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
So they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It is
it's
all
amazing.
it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's the, that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting.
Hmm.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey. I feel like he'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Need it. This dude is doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
Bro. He's just like, whatever. Friggin' dog movie, polar bear. Let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have
Pumping
Jinbei
they fist.
stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
I just
But
on that
Go
note,
ahead.
you guys just put out the first episode of A New Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. And then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. Because I just got.
What happened?
It is. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Sorry, had a little bit of mic issues. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 214. Anytime I, breathe on my computer or try and change things about my computer environment, just all my programs decide to forget things. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But we're
Never
we're
do
fine.
nothing.
We're good. You guys can be heard. I can be heard. It's great. And Ralph just joined. Perfect timing.
Blame my coffee pot. It just refused to fucking make
Big
coffee.
timing.
This is, out of all the things that have caused you to be late, this is definitely the most stupid.
Oh yeah, agreed.
What happened?
He said blame his coffee pot.
That's what I'm saying. What happened with it?
I started it up 3 times to make me a cup of coffee, and each time it just error messaged and didn't actually drain the coffee. So I had to restart.
Unplugging it and plugging it back.
Dude, I just
in?
had to restart it 3 times. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. New week, new cast. Triton, take a break. This
Take a
man,
break.
I forgot to mention it last week, and he posted about it in the chat. This man has been blitzing through our podcast in I want to, at most, I feel like it's been 3 weeks. He has watched 111 episodes.
We are not that entertaining.
Just take breaks. Make sure to drink water. You know what all the streamers say.
I have a genuine question for you, my friend. Do you have a top moments for anything right now?
Ooh.
Do you have moments that just stick out to you? I am very curious.
That's a good question.
It is.
Because it's really hard to judge your own stuff, but there is a lot of stuff we do that makes me laugh
Yep.
hard.
Yes. the Pringles can fact will still haunt me for the rest of my
Please.
days. Most recent.
Please
thing.
let us know.
All right. So, got a lot of comic movie news tidbits, but a whole bunch of random stuff. But, general reminder, Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, wear your fucking mask. Have any of you attempted to schedule to get a vaccine yet?
No.
I have been trying. Every service and app that I need to use to schedule it crashes before I can finish up the sign-up process.
Sweet.
My job sent out a link like, hey, here you go. And then I signed up and they were like, yeah, we'll call you. And I'm like, it better be this month.
Yeah, there's...
Yeah, I don't go nowhere. I don't plan to do nothing this year. So I'm good for a little while at least.
Yeah,
Let the people
there's
that need it get it.
a site that a bunch of just people that volunteered in Ohio actually made as a resource that basically accumulates all the places near your zip code that is scheduling appointments. Excuse me. But most
Are
of
you still getting over this cold?
it.
He's back to neutral sick.
True. I had a cheeseburger for lunch, dinner, and cheese makes the mucus just goop. But anyways, yeah, actually the best chance that I have is I live in the Columbus area, which is basically book solid everywhere. However, you go basically east, west, or south of Columbus, and you are in Trump territory, and nobody's getting vaccines out there.
You got any housing available down there, or asking for a friend? You know what I'm saying? Just keeping my option open. His options open.
Don't point directly to me. I want nothing to do with you.
Boy, that would be so much fun.
What?
Living in like Trump country. Just
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be
Sir.
so much fun.
No, it wouldn't.
Dude, I would get a hat. Oh, dude.
I wanted a good one.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be.
You know what?
That'd be taking my whole.
I was just about to say that.
That'd be taking it to the next level.
Just like I don't agree with nothing I'm about to say, but it's so entertaining that I'm about to say it.
How ridiculous can I make my points before people go, nah, he's trolling.
If they even
It's some
allow you
Eric
to do
Andre
that,
shit.
because need I remind you, sir, you are African American. So that's already a point that many of them will be like, we don't take too kindly to your folk.
I just gotta prove that I'm one of the good ones.
And once he does that, it's like he can do no wrong.
Yeah, and then they can be like, look, I got a black friend. I can say whatever I want.
No, hold on.
I can be the token. I can be their chip. Just like they just throw it up like, hey, look at this picture of me and King.
We've already got this established. It's look at my African American. Look at him. Look at my African American. That you'll be their African American.
Yes, that'd be the best.
No, it wouldn't.
It'd be funny.
It probably would. Dude, you should do like a body cam and just infiltrate them and just do it for like a year
An
and then
undercover
upload
black
everything.
token friend.
Black token Trump friend. That sounds so much fun.
My only concern is you would be murdered well before you
100%.
miss your
100%.
Well, no, that's the thing where it's just like he doesn't upload like on weekly. You just stockpile this footage for like a year.
Absolutely. Stockpile it for a year, cut it up into like 12 to 15-minute chunks, upload the best of your stuff.
Easy.
The YouTube account,
Easy, he
black
says.
token Trump friend.
I'm
I
sad
feel
to
like
say, I
one
think
of
it
y'all
worked.
should make that account right now. We gotta claim it if it hasn't been claimed.
No, because like BG said, I would be murdered probably within the first month.
Well, yeah, you're tattooed up. So
yeah,
he would be.
I people say that I either I've heard that I look too threatening, and I've also heard that I look like I'm trying to look too threatening.
Which makes
I
you
can see
so
that.
much
No, I
less
can see it.
And also, when I have my glasses on, they're like, you look like somebody that's trying to be like, I'm not threatening at all, y'all. I got glasses on. It's like
I could see it.
Working.
Just being raised in a conservative Republican area. Oh yeah, no. There was one black kid in my entire grade, and he was obscenely overweight, glasses, and a massive nerd, and people were still afraid of him at school.
That's incredible. That's some systemic.
Like this dude was like Fat Albert, and he was
something called Black Rage, and we get that. We can take out 6 or 7 people easy before anybody touches us.
Have you unlocked that yet? Because I'm still waiting.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got that. You got that skill.
List of them?
You unlocked that perk at puberty, dude.
I'm wanted.
One thing you're wanted
There is
for
probably
is the jokes you make.
a King Brown that is wanted. It's just a 1 in 3 chance.
Bro, you don't know.
You think there's one King Brown that's wanted?
I'm saying, let me paraphrase. That has a genetic link to you.
You think there's one King Brown that was wanted?
Dude, I said 1 of 3.
I've gotten a call from a police station 2 counties over, just like, King Brown, there's a arrest warrant out for you. There's something about a power drill in Home Depot that you checked out, and then it was stolen, and now somebody's trying to sell it. So now I'm like, what? You give me all the information you got, because it might not be the same King Brown.
And they're looking at it like, how could it not be? Your name is King Brown.
Is this your address?
It is.
All right, then. What are we doing here? I'm like, dude, this ain't what this is.
Like, don't you know by now black people can't name their kids shit? That's not obscenely overly creative or just basic.
It's the worst in the world. I will never understand the need for parents to try to shoehorn in their child being special by naming them the most special of
hate it.
Yeah, Triton, I have the exact opposite problem. I have a hard time finding people that don't have my name.
Mike is a very common white name.
No, I'm talking last name.
Yeah.
Really?
I told you guys, same grade in my high school.
At least.
Yep.
In my high school,
that sounds right.
In my grade, there was another Michael Nowak. The high school football coach in my hometown, Michael Nowak. Where I work, there was a Michael Nowak that committed like international fraud at the company. I have run into my dad. Just the name, that's an easy one. But I have run into many Michael Nowaks in my life. You got Michael, which is
Smith.
been for years one of the most popular boy names. And my last name, Nowak, is the Polish version of Smith.
Yep.
I was just about to say, I feel like Albert is one of the most common first names, and Smith is one of the most common last names.
Yeah, it's because Smith is the most common last name in the United States, and Nowak is the most common last name in Poland. It's yeah. So I say that as a joke, as well as I've verified it's literally a statistical fact.
Long and hard if I'm gonna break the chain of Albert Smiths with my kid.
Somebody, I was talking to somebody and they were just like, I said I don't like my name. They were like, "Are you gonna name your kid that?" I was like, "Probably not. It's a terrible name." They were like, "Why don't you name him Kingston?" I was like, "I like that. Kingston is a pretty good name." So that might be what we're rocking.
Kingston Brown the Third.
Yeah, first of his name. Long may he reign.
Long may he reign.
I'll tell you this: I'm definitely sliding some nerds into my kids' middle names.
You would.
You're gonna see a Claire Robin Smith.
Well,
Claire from Resident Evil.
I was literally going to say
Robin from in One Piece.
to the first name too.
Yeah, but Claire is common enough.
All right.
I don't want it to be Robin Claire Smith, but Claire Robin Smith is a good name, and I'm slotting that in. Oh, you're definitely gonna find a Clark.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
You're
Oh,
definitely
no.
gonna find a Clark in there somewhere.
Oh no! Like the only name and Zelda, but it actually is a legitimate name. That's the only fictional name that I would even consider for a kid. Only one.
What is it?
Zelda.
Zelda, really?
Yeah.
There are Zeldas. You're right.
Yes. The most notable historical one is the wife of Scott Fitzgerald, Zelda Fitzgerald. That was a weird fucking tangent.
Always do that.
Yes, we do. All right.
Oh, you should have heard this and revisited. My God.
Tangent City.
Not enough to talk about, huh?
No.
Too much to talk about.
Too much to talk about.
Okay.
It's literally the worst ratio we've ever had.
Ooh.
We did like 4 minutes and it was almost an hour.
Damn.
It's literally the worst ratio we've ever
It's
had.
it's a chunky boy. It's a chunker.
Is that like? Is that just like the? Oh!
And what's sad is there would be times where he'd be talking for like 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So there was so much time to fix that ratio, but it was unfixable.
Interesting.
We did less than 20 minutes and it was 2.5 hours. This is the worst ratio we've ever done. Fairy Tale Month was a mistake.
Fairy Tale Month.
Oh, it's Fairy
is
Tale.
off to a
Yes.
banger.
Fairy Tale Month
Lovely.
is a mistake.
Lovely.
It's not lovely. It's a mistake.
Can't wait to see this.
Yes, Triton. It's so bad, dude. He literally looked at it and went, 4 minutes? He was so shocked that we had done 4 minutes in an hour.
All right. Let's bang through all of this news. So one little thing I wanted to talk about is some more information came out about all the Danny from Game Grumps situation. Seemingly not a pedo, just a tool bag.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute
Nothing cancelable about that. You're just a bad person, but you continue on your way and hopefully learn something.
Yeah, just let on a lot of women with thinking of a relationship and then just ghosting.
Yeah.
So
Pure douche boy, like frat boy type crap.
Yeah. Yeah, unless there's like a more heartfelt apology besides just a random news article in a paper that almost nobody reads, which is what happened. I'm not going to be watching them for the foreseeable future.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like that.
It's
hard to disassociate those
Yeah.
things.
because like at this point now, like you kind of watch these people and like a lot of people are like, this is less idolation and more like just a respect. It's like, okay, the character, which is now a true statement, that Danny put into Game Grumps was that of like a really nice, chill dude. And now that that's gone, like, I'm gonna, like, anything I watch where he's like being a seemingly nice dude, I'm like, well, that's just not you.
Yeah,
And
you
also
know
when
it's
he's
an
just
act.
like, "Oh, look at that lady," it's just like,
Yeah.
Like it throws the whole caricature and the fun of it out the window, and you know it's not really for fun.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah, there's...
I can dig that. I'm happy that a lot of people ate crow because a lot of people like mother, and then they just had to go back like, well, he didn't do those stuff, but he still
did bad
like,
things.
nah, that's being a
People
douchebag.
can't just
That's not-
go, I was wrong based on
Yeah.
acted too quickly on my emotions instead of just
Yep.
waiting for the thing.
It's immoral, not illegal.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. So tiny news tidbits.
Oh, do you have the thing with Lindsay Ellis,
What?
formerly of the Nostalgia Chick?
No.
Oh, she nuked her Twitter.
What
She
happened?
she posted something about how Raya, whatever that thing is called,
Yeah,
there needs to
Raya
be
the
a
Last
category for like young adult Avatar: The Last Airbender type of things because Raya is just being that. So this writer was like, it's not Avatar, they're stealing Asian culture and blah 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 and all this other stuff. So she was just like, I can see how you could squint and see that we did that, but I'm just whatever. So yeah, she just started nuking her account. She just took it all offline because everybody was like, you're disparaging. You read the room because you're talking about Asian culture and stuff while Asians are being attacked and you're kind of attacking it. And then they started digging up a bunch of her racist.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
Boy, if I was white, I'd be so afraid to say anything. Because it is just a torrential downpour when you say anything race related or anything like gender or sex or anything like
Yeah,
that.
just
It's
one
just
little
like,
bit of
"Ah!"
snark. One little bit of snark can be taken the wrong way, and then it's just like, get them out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for being black. We
Yep.
may get killed in the streets by the cops, but I can say some on Twitter.
Priorities.
Priorities. I'm not the one getting killed.
Wow. Okay. Reggie Fils-Aimé has left the GameStop board.
And a lot of the other board members followed him.
Them
Yeah, I think it
deuces.
was. I haven't read the specifics of it, but I guess the execs call that happened this past week or so was not well received.
Plus, they had a bunch of stock options. I'm sure they sold when them bits went up 400%.
Yeah.
So they went deuces bit.
Yeah, and just I can see too, it's like someone who's been like on the it's seen the rise and fall like of Nintendo in Reggie and been there for like the extreme goods, the extreme bads. Probably is just like, I don't see an extreme good in this situation. Just peace out.
There is no light at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah. While the stocks are meme, let's peace out. Jessica Walker passed away, unfortunately.
Sad face.
Yeah.
That one was bad.
I f***ing love her.
Killed it on both Arrested Development and Archer. Just.
They can't continue Archer. Point blank period. Do a final like mini season and close that shit down.
Interesting. I have not watched Archer. Not for lack of
Archer,
like not being a fan, just haven't got around to it.
definitely get around to it. If you like self-contained seasons, they do like 4 or 5 seasons where he's in a coma and he's just like the whole season is like, oh, it's the same people, but they're in space and they're different people and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. It's one of the funniest adult cartoons I've ever seen.
Okay.
And of course, Arrested Development is just a classic.
Mm-hmm. Then the last last non-comic book movie related thing. Microsoft, amongst other companies, is currently in talks to try and buy Discord.
What? Why would you sell anything to Microsoft?
The other
Money.
two being Epic Games and Amazon.
Why would you sell anything to Amazon?
I could see Epic buying it, but
Well,
that would be interesting.
My main concern, and I mentioned this and we had discussions on this in our Discord, my concern is Microsoft has a very, very, very big red mark in their past of them buying the hip IM video voice messaging software of that generation and then tanking it in Skype. So that is my fear. Like they've been doing some good things as of recently in terms of Smash GG they acquired, GitHub.
But there's not really much you need to do there.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where they just kind of buy it and then it's like, hey, like you have Microsoft kind of backing you and then they just leave it the F alone. That's good. Yeah, I just don't trust Amazon with anything.
Period.
So don't want that.
There are monsters over there.
And then Epic Games, again, I feel like there's like some kind of proprietariness that they might add to it that I'm just iffy on. The other thing, though, is that Discord is also considering going public and just existing on their own, which that
I'd rather they get bought by a company than go public. The reason I say that is because if you go public, you are beholden to a bunch of shareholders and you're beholden to just growing nonstop. Nonstop growth is not a sustainable thing. That's why people get laid off on things like Activision, despite the CEO getting a $200 million bonus. The reason he got that is because profits went up and all that stuff went up because they laid off so many people.
Yep.
You keep it. The only way your business is going to go up is if sales super increase and just increase every year, and that's just not possible. Or you cut back your workforce and make one person do the work of two people and just wash your hands of it. Exponential growth is possible. Sustainable every year growth is not a thing. So that's why I don't want them to go public. I would hate to just be like, we got to make more money. Oh, we made $2 million this year. We need to make 2.2 this year. Oh, we made that 2.2. We need to make 2.7.
The problem is it's usually not left up to one person. It's usually put up to a vote, and money always wins in the end.
Yes. So I'd rather a company than going public.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather a good company.
The first thing I post, like I was going to post it, then I think like Versus or somebody else posted in the Discord, and I'm like, it was a good run. And then DA responds, no, it wasn't. Because he is the only person that I know that just can't get Discord to work ever.
No, he's just anti-technology, dude. Look how long it took him to get a smartphone.
It did take a long time.
The man is wooden bender.
No, but I would sign in and then I would do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'd sign in just like, okay, my headphones should work because I haven't done anything. It's the same configuration. It's the same everything. I haven't changed anything. Discord didn't update or anything. And it just wouldn't work.
Is it the default? You know what? I'm not going to troubleshoot for you. Shut up. What am I doing?
I was saying, why are you troubleshoot for him for? That's literally his job.
There are times too where just like
not for long.
There's some times though where we're like in call already, like we've already established contact, which usually is a process, and his stuff will just stop working.
It'll just stop. It'll just be silent for a while. I'm like, either Mike is just salty because he's getting whooped, or I done disconnected.
You're talking about mobile Discord too, though, right? That's the thing you're talking about.
I primarily do mobile because my computer is just a dead zone. I'm just like, it's not even worth trying.
Mobile is literally the worst thing about their entire service.
But it works.
When it wants to.
No.
What a retort.
Like literally, I feel like Discord is meant for the hard app nothing else. The mobile app is, I feel like, more trouble than it's really worth.
Oh yeah, I would never use the mobile.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
If I have the choice, not mobile.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen when I was on Discord with y'all before.
Yeah, but that was also in the middle of not a Burger King. That was
middle of a burger.
No,
was
I always did it when it
Burger
was
King.
closed, and I had my headphones and everything. But it was just like,
Yeah, but you'd be walking or on a bus or in a car or something. That's not the optimal.
I don't think there is anything
I'm like
optimal with a phone.
What, 15 feet away from the Wi-Fi receiver?
So
Instead of just like you gotta go all the way up into space and the satellites, and then they trace you. And
You're not using a LAN adapter? Pfft, you're dropping frames, man.
You're
yeah,
dropping
packet loss
frames,
is a
man.
big thing. Yes, I saw that, Triton. Thank you.
All
Our
right.
Discord is so weird.
Oh yeah.
We're
It really
so
is.
weird.
Yeah. All right. Slew of comic book related movie crap got announced this week. This was inevitable. Black Widow is now also coming to Disney Plus on July
Wasn't
9th.
inevitable. They were
Inevitable.
fighting hard against it. It was
Oh,
not
yeah.
So
inevitable.
hard.
Because I think a movie that's coming out after is only in theaters. I think
Like
they
the
just
Marvel
did
movie?
not. Yeah, I think they just did not want to push it back any further because it's a completed movie they've just been sitting on for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So, just like it, well, Disney Plus it too.
Yeah. So yes, that'll be premiere. So it'll be like $30 or whatever on July
I just
9th.
posted something in our Discord, by the way. If you have the ability to open it, you should look at these.
Oh, the Godzilla stuff.
No. I just posted something from Lil Nas.
Oh.
I am.
Oh no.
I don't know what to say.
Oh no.
I don't know what to say to this.
He's real.
For the stream, Lil Nas tweeted out
That's hilarious.
a picture of I don't know Nikes, but they are Chick-fil-A with John 3:16 on the shoe. I am
and my pleasure.
yeah. Words,
Oh, because he did that Satan lap
Yep.
dance thing.
Yep.
So he's just like, let's even the score. Dang, shut up.
That man is an eldritch being.
He is a treasure.
Okay. Not sure where that notification's coming from. I'll deal with that later.
It's like I can't read.
Moving back to this. So yes, Black Widow. A Zatanna movie is reportedly in the works for DC.
Oh,
I would really be into that.
Don't need it.
Don't need it, but I'd be into it.
Eh.
it'd be interesting. I'd like to see what magic stuff they do.
I've always thought Zaddy was a little overrated.
Could you see her in a team up instead?
Yes.
All right.
Speaking of team up movies, they have cast Dr. Fate in Black Adam. Pierce Brosnan. I always say
Pierce
his last name.
Brosnan.
I always say his last name.
Brosnan.
It is a good casting.
It is very
Oh,
good.
agreed.
Isn't he always in a helmet?
No.
Or does he take
No,
it
no,
off?
he's a regular dude.
Yeah,
He
it's
fights with the helmet of fate depending on what's going on.
and I think it's just like when he doesn't have the helmet on, he's just a normal dude. But then whatever the spirit that lives inside the helmet kind of takes over whenever he puts
The
it
spirit of fate.
on. There's a more complicated name. I just don't remember what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
there's a much more complicated name.
It's comics. Of course there's a more complicated something.
Mm-hmm. Another casting announcement. Dame Helen Mirren will be playing Hespera in the sequel to Shazam. Actually, just rewatched the first one as well. I'm just going through comic movies now, just stuff that I want to watch or rewatch.
How does that? How'd you find that? What'd you think of it?
Shazam.
Yeah.
It's all right. I honestly like Aquaman more than Shazam, but that's just me.
Really? That is an unpopular opinion.
Oh, Mike, we gotta split from the group.
Damn, that was
it.
quick.
That was the last one.
That was the final straw.
That was the 37th strike. That was the one we were waiting on. I feel like Aquaman. See, I really don't like Aquaman and Mira's chemistry in that movie, and that it's basically a buddy movie, so it's gonna live and die by the chemistry of the two people.
Yeah.
And their chemistry was garbage. Black Manta was cool. Ohm was.
Yeah, Ocean Master whomped.
I felt like it
So,
was
like-
And that's another situation of I am you, but, and y'all know how I feel about that.
yes.
You love it.
That's right.
The only thing
you
I really
absolutely
didn't like
love
about the only thing I really didn't like about Shazam is that when the kid turned into Shazam, Shazam did not act like the kid. He acted like an atypical 14-year-old kid as
Instead
opposed to
of he was mad, moody, and everything.
this specific 14-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Beyond that, that was cool.
And like the villain was like kind of weak in Shazam.
Sure.
Just kind of evil dude for sake of being evil. And then just the action wasn't as good as in some other comic book movies. Like my favorite scene in Aquaman is the Black Manta fight.
Sure, it's just the best scene in the movie.
It's love it. That and then just I liked Jason Momoa as the character a lot. And
Yeah, I can agree with that.
and I agree with you, the dynamic between him and Mara is really subpar. But he's still in those scenes. So I can still find enjoyment in what he was doing in those scenes. And just the like that when he finally gets the trident and just him commanding the deeps and all that, like there's a lot of stuff that I have found really cool. And like to me it was just like I liked seeing a cool Aquaman not in a comic book, if that makes sense.
I would
on such a
love
pedestal.
more good mainstream representation of these characters. So
Yes.
mothers would shut the up and finally recognize how cool these characters are.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's King Shark. He's been around for 40 years. But now y'all clapping? Pick up a book.
Speaking of that, the Suicide Squad trailer.
Terrible.
Not a
I would
fan.
say
Huh?
terrible. I would say bad.
Terrible.
I would say bad. I would say not interesting. Look, I would say too try hard. I would not go terrible.
They ruined the one smile they got out of me. Where John Cena goes, you're the leader, you're supposed to be decisive. And the leader, Bloodsport, goes, well, I've decided you should eat a big bag of dicks. And Cena's just like, well, if every dick was for liberty, I would. And it's just like, the scene was good, and y'all went 2 steps past it
They
being
Family
good.
Guy did.
They Family Guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I was just like, ugh. And they gave Starro to the Suicide Squad? How dare?
I mean, you have to have a big world-ending threat as well. Again,
You don't know
Yes,
ending
you do.
threat?
you need to continue down this path. They already did Enchantress in their big blue laser beam in the sky, and her brother of Enchantress. So you need somebody.
Yeah.
But they got a hard, they got a hard up. Just go, hey, why ain't the Flash here? And then just do a big check mark of he ain't here because.
He ain't here
And that
because
it's always gonna be looming over the movie because it's just like you got John Cena, Patriot man. Just
That's why things like Starro should not be there, because that's a threat for the Justice League.
they need town level sort of thing.
Yes, I would be fine with town level stuff. Oh, we're doing this, secretly assassinating somebody. they're way stronger than we thought they were, and they're about to destroy the entire town. That's a quick thing. Nobody's around. Nobody knows about this. Understandable. Not Ing Starro. Dude.
What are you thinking? What do you think? It's gonna be all right, bad? The movie itself.
It's probably gonna teeter between bad and all right.
I was thinking that it was gonna teeter between all right and good, but just not for me because it's James Gunn and he's gonna Guardians of the Galaxy it because that's probably what DC wanted and pointed to him and go Guardian of the Galaxy this stuff.
Oh,
and it's not going to
1000%.
be for me because my goodness, those movies are not for me. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a hard 6.5 to a 7.
I'm going anywhere between 4 and 6.
Whew.
Dude, I hated that trailer.
That is.
The reason I hated it is because it's a lot of comedy, and if comedy doesn't hit, it's way worse than like an action scene.
I 100% agree with you, and then you have to realize like this is what they're putting forward to sell you on this movie. These are the things that they're like, oh man, this is gonna get people not in the theater, but or maybe in the theater.
Eyes on the screen.
Well, I can't even say that anymore.
This is what they put forth to go. This is gonna make people hype. This is gonna make them laugh. This is what they're gonna enjoy. This is what we're selling.
Mm-hmm.
They got Stallone as King Shark.
I didn't even place
King
that.
Shark.
They had to announce that on Twitter for me to realize that was him.
I mean, there's some savvy people that did catch it beforehand.
People are not going to understand that the King Shark they got in the Harley Quinn show is not King Shark.
That's gonna hurt my perception because all of those people in that show are my versions of that character.
Yeah, there's no other Clayface anymore.
Clayface is ruined. Watch this show; it's amazing.
I need to. Is it only on DC? Whatever.
HBO Max.
Is it on HBO Max?
I think.
I think it moved. Yeah, it moved over there once DC Universe shut down.
Ooh, okay, that's on the list.
They have Bane in it, and it's just the Dark Knight.
Oh
Rises
yeah, I'm aware.
It is my favorite thing that I've seen in a very long time.
Dude,
every line is a hit. Every hit is a smash.
The
Kills
Justice
me.
League. Yep, it's on HBO Max. The Justice League in it is amazing. Super's Bats, whoa, everybody's amazing in that show.
All right. Yeah, that's on the list. I haven't done it just because like I didn't want to pay for just a show. But yeah,
Dude, all these streaming services, they're not realizing the reason that Netflix worked is because it was so much content in one place.
Volume.
Now there's so many places for one content.
mm-hmm.
And it's going to lead way to piracy again. People are going to just start going, I want to watch this show, but I don't want to spend $15 for it just for this one show and maybe one other. Where can I watch this for free?
Yeah, I was like, where is Invincible? Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. Can I just click my screen? Am I already signed in? If I'm not, I'm torrenting it. And I luckily was, and I'm like, all right, there you go.
Instead of typing in you would rather go to a whole different site.
I don't know what the password is. And then it's gonna be like, oh, type this in on your phone, and I don't know if it's at my phone or your phone. And it was early in the morning. I'm like, God, you got one click.
I like how, like, yes, that initial, like, that finding out about all that stuff, but arguably would have still taken less time than searching for a torrent site, finding a good torrent, than waiting for the download.
You know what? I do not have my priorities in order. You are absolutely correct.
Oh man, it's just the principle. I don't want to
It's
sign
just the
into more
principle.
shit.
It's not easy, so I don't want to deal with it. Let me go to the easy thing.
Let me go to the arguably harder thing. Oh man. Oh. Okay. We got so this is an interesting little statistic because everybody talked about it. So the fine folks at IGN actually measured how much of the Snyder Cut is in slow-mo.
I love the fact that they did this.
Excellent.
Let me hear it.
Well, let's get some guesses.
I already know the answer, so I can't guess.
Okay. Is the minute? Is it at least one in the minute?
As in, like, it is at least a minute long?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot.
7:34.
6:17.
Y'all are way off.
Yeah, you guys.
Please tell me we're too high.
You
No.
are way too low.
Far too low.
What?
24 minutes and 7 seconds.
Whoa!
10% of the movie.
10% of your
10%.
movie is slowed down, Zach. You know what? Because I wasn't even thinking about like the Flash at the end of the movie.
Right.
10%.
I'm just thinking like pure
Yeah.
football game, cyborg
Bullet.
running.
Cut off head moment.
10% in total was slowed down footage.
Wow.
Holy crap!
What?
10%.
What a hack.
Absolutely.
I love it. As soon as you said 6, I'm like, oh no.
This ain't going good.
Oh man. Did you guys know that if you fast forward all the slow-mo scenes in Resident Evil Afterlife, the actual movie is 20 minutes?
That doesn't shock me, man.
Dude,
Doesn't
we
shock me
watched
at
we watched 2 clips from Resident Evil Afterlife. The hard cuts were so atrocious.
It is. I don't know what they were doing with that.
They had to have just gotten an intern and go, make it look dynamic. And just threw up their hands and walked away.
We also shot this on 48 cameras.
Use them all. Every one of them. No wasted money. No wasted seconds. Bam, 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 bam.
As well, still talking about the Snyder Cut, as if Jack Snyder didn't love removing all form of color and life from the other previous movies, there was a black and white version of the Snyder Cut that was released this past week.
Justice is gray.
Black.
No, it was Justice is gray.
Is it gray?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justice is gray.
That's I think that's how he originally wanted to release it.
He did.
And WB was like, no, sir.
No, this is
We've
silly. Zach.
We've indulged in this buffoonery enough. You add some color to
And we gave you 4 hours. What more? More.
Must have more.
Yeah, like the only I forget, I was talking about this with somebody, and they're like, why do this for a superhero movie? And like that sentiment for the most part I can say like, yeah, like I can kind of get that. But there is one movie, and they did do this, that actually deserved to have a black and white cut, and that is Logan.
Logan would have been interesting.
It was done. It
They
exists.
Oh, okay.
But it's basically because it was a Western in a superhero movie. And just the whole tone, the actual just life grittiness, not melodramatic grittiness that Snyder likes to do, fit that movie super, super, super well. Yeah, not so much here. And then, like, there's just been stuff all this past week about, like, how Snyder, his vision for the Snyderverse and what have you. in how this man just seems to have a hate boner for Superman and just wanting to dismantle and destroy any form of image that this character has.
Dude,
Absolutely.
the mainstream dude hates Superman. One of the most famous comic Batman stories of all time hated Superman. And so people hate Superman. I'm so tired of getting into arguments with people about Superman.
No, you're not.
I am. Because it's the same arguments.
Okay, no, I can see that.
So yeah, just a lot. Yeah. But going back to what Ralph said is more. The Snyderverse fans, shut up.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Y'all
what's
got
wrong with people.
everything y'all could have possibly asked for. Y'all got the Snyder Cut. He got new footage for it. He was able to release it as intended. And then on top of that, better than anything else, it was pretty good. It was rated highly.
Mm-hmm.
There could not be a better outcome for you, bum. And y'all still not satisfied.
They have been, Snyder fans have been review bombing the new Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, which hasn't even released yet. Comes out next Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, I should say. And basically they're just trying to review bomb and boycott all other Warner Bros. Movies in order to bring back the Snyderverse. I forget, there's a hashtag, but I forgot it and really just don't care. Just because, literally, this is like textbook, you gave a junkie more drugs. And now they just want
And now
more.
it's like, wait, you want more drugs? But I just gave you drugs. What happened to the drugs that you had?
Yeah, those drugs are over with. I need these drugs. This specific
We're not
drug.
talking about those drugs.
Well, here's some here's some other drugs. They're kind of like a little scaled down, like a little bit darker in color. Like here's that. No, it's over. New drug.
I do not understand people. I would
Never will.
Wholly satisfied. It's like, all right, we can speculate where this was going. We can hope. We can make our own little fans. There was like a little script or
It was horrible.
that was going around of what this whole Justice League trilogy was gonna be, and yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
You can knock that down to horrible.
Did it end with like Lois' baby being actually Bruce's, and then Bruce sacrifices himself, and then it's just like, we shall name him Bruce Kent, and he becomes Batman.
That was like I knew about the he becomes Batman thing, but they literally named him Bruce.
Yes.
Why is this pretty bad?
I mean, there's some
knock that down to horrible.
There's some stuff in there that's just like, hey.
That's basically going, this is a jar of piss, but I put some strawberry lemonade in there. And you could taste a hint of strawberry amongst all the ammonia piss.
It would be, this is a jar of piss, and I put a couple Skittles in there. You can get the Skittles, you gotta get through the piss. No, you cannot wipe the piss off. You must eat the piss and the Skittles if you want the Skittles.
What the fuck?
And you're going, them Skittles are pretty good.
They're tropical.
You drank piss, sir. That's the overarching thing there. The piss. You're focused too hard on the 3 tropical Skittles as opposed to the entire jar of piss they were contained within.
Also, this example sounds too specific to not be something that you experienced. Just throwing that out there.
No, DA is just crazy.
That's not a helpful point. That just means that he would do it.
It means that his mind goes places so quickly that it's just like only a crazy person would think that way.
I'm not ruling it out. That's all I'm saying. TBD. Okay.
I mean, we've all drank our own piss before.
No.
See, you not living.
Yeah, you either not living or you not telling the truth.
TBD.
TBP.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's basically all the news that I had.
Cool. Are we talking My Hero?
We can.
I want to talk about Invincible before we do that.
Sure.
Invincible is really, really good. It changes a whole lot from the comics, but it's not like a change that changes the story. It just tightens some stuff up, expands some people's relationships, things of that nature, takes out a couple of things that aren't important. I think that it's overall a better story because Robert Kirkman was just like, yeah, I was like 20 when I wrote that. And here's going back and changing some stuff. Here's a better version of it. And I believe that he succeeded in that. There's only like one thing where I'm like, this was done a little bit better in the comic. But other than that, it's just like across the board is better. The animation is not very good. When not fighting. Fighting is great, but when it's not fighting, it's like 2 frames per second, anime mouth open sort of crap. I told this to BG, but there's a scene where they're flying and there are these birds, and the birds are making noise, and they're just like lazily, they birds in a little V shape. They're just lazily sliding across the screen. I was like, couldn't even put on a blur. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. There's 3 episodes out right now, and it's weekly. So yeah. All-star cast, J.K. Simmons is the dad.
Don't care.
Mwah.
I mean, J.K. is awesome and all that crap, but don't care about a quote-unquote all-star cast.
Did I say all-star cast?
Yes.
I just did, didn't I?
Yes.
I don't believe it's an all-star cast. It's J.K. Simmons and Steven Yeun. That's about it.
I don't know. Subconscious said something different.
I'm hopped up on pain pills right now. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah. Like I said, totally recommend it. Yeah, boy.
Yes.
I think it's only 9 episodes for the season, and it's weekly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Lauren Cole had.
Oh, really? Oh, she was War Woman. I can hear it.
All right.
Oh, Gillian Jacobs.
Who that?
She played one of the people, Britta, on Community.
I never saw it.
You should. It's a good series. But I'm a Gambino fan, so Seth Rogen.
Oh, Cyborg played Black Samson?
Mark Hamill.
Okay, yeah, we're done here.
My hero.
Do 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 do
Boy.
do 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 do.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
It is. This was a really, really unfulfilling chapter.
This was probably the worst chapter of anything I've ever read.
Now, I was saying this to DA a couple days ago. Oda dropped a bunch of cliffhangers for the end of their chapters. You got Odin, you got Kaido's dragon form, you got the person that was helping all the people down there, and because of everything that was going on, you were satisfied not getting that answer the next chapter because the chapter you were reading was so good. This was a lot of faffing about just so we couldn't pay off.
I don't know what he's waiting for this payoff. We got a panel and a half of Deku last chapter, and then a panel and a half of Deku this chapter. You know what people want, but are for some reason not giving it to them and not giving them something of equivalent value.
Or greater value. Because when that Kaido thing happened, I was like, I didn't even think about, hey, where was Kaido here? Where's the form? No, because everything I was reading was good. I didn't need that thing. But here it's just like, This guy, literal dude,
Some dude that we have seen for a collective maybe 5 chapters.
just going, hey, let the heroes do this stuff. And the people going, nah, we'll protect ourselves. Oh, here's a big villain. Gotta protect the people. Nah, we'll protect the kid. No, shut up. Oh, here's Deku.
And now we're getting a rematch of Muscle and Deku like we're supposed to care.
Like, we all know what this is though, right? It's a benchmark.
It's a showcase.
Yeah.
It's a showcase of its powers. Just like I've improved so much. It's they did it in Fairy Tail, which is like this is a previous arc villain. And Natsu beats him in one punch, and you go, that's how much he improved.
That's just like when the Straw Hats go back to Sabaody and the pacifistas are there. And it's just like they wiped them out last time, and now they're just like casually destroying them.
Now we get to see his control over the Black Whip and this and his two new powers, and I'm just like, this was such a worthless chapter. We have not seen hide nor hair of Mirio. We've seen one single panel of Miriko, and she's strapping her arm back together like I'm getting back out there. Why is she so good and she's so nothing? We don't know anything about this. She's just this rough and tumble hard bunny girl that to like fight, and she's the baddest motherfucker in this manga. 5 stars, but we got one panel of that. We get the camera shoved right up Endeavor and Best Genius and Hawk's nose for 5 chapters. But we don't know if Gran Torino's alive. We don't know how Deku's mama handling any of this. We get a single note of him just going, yeah, I'm out of here, bye, everybody, collectively.
Not even like individual. It's just like a copy paste, and then you change the name. Well, like Uraraka, we became friends. You were like the first friend I ever made at school. Just like, hey, here's everything that's happening. I'm leaving so you guys don't get targeted. Bye.
Uraraka. You brought up a good point where you mentioned Deku's mom. Something that I found very interesting was they showed Deku's mom going to the shelter with Bakugo's mom. And that, I saw that and I'm like, it looks like they are friendly and know each other.
Seriously?
So how the F did Deku's mom not know about Bakugo bullying the ever-loving shit out of her son?
Insanity. Like, what are we supposed to take from this one frame? Oh, look, their mamas are getting along, so why can't they get? Or what? What are we doing? Why have those two? Give Invisible Girl's mama something to do. Get somebody, anybody other than these people that we constantly get. Look at the new movie trailer. Oh, who the is it? Oh, it's those 3 again. Who? This is what? Like what? How are people still singing this praise?
And not just singing the praise, heralding it as like the second coming. People are like, Jesus Christ, this is the best Deku costume ever. What the is Mina doing? We don't even care. You got the 3 you want. We don't give a about Zero.
Why should we? We've been given no reason to give a crap about.
And we're never gonna get it because every movie is the same 3. It went from 1 to 2 to 3.
Crunch. How many legs does it take to get to the center of My Hero Academia?
I don't want to get to the center of it. It's probably
we're already there.
How do you end this? Is it gonna be like in Handu? Shigaraki like ripping the soul of All for One out of his body, and then Deku fighting just All for One, and them fighting together to try to
but that's the thing. We got the embodiment of All for One in the fact that he's within Shigaraki and gave him all of his powers, and then we got the actual one as well. So what?
And Deku's like, I just saw a kid that wanted to be saved. He wants to be saved so he can destroy. He wants his destruction, not his master's.
Yep.
He's not a good guy.
Not at all.
What
Not at
a
all.
terrible series.
My Hero is really, really bad. The chapters of him talking to the previous masters were really, really bad.
And they even prolonged that longer than it needed to be. Just stretching it out.
They said, "Oh my goodness, Deku, you very may well be the last holder of One for All." But you have to remember, All Might's plan was to give it to Mirio, knowing full well that it would kill him because he already has a quirk. So Deku can pass it on, but he's just giving it a death sentence. And they pass it on just like, oh, quirkless people are getting rarer and rarer these days. Okay, thank you for just now bringing this up. This isn't even like this is pretty. There was a time in Naruto where it's like, this is just neutral bad. This is just like a 3. This is like whatever. I don't care. It's not doing anything for me either way. This is hitting 1 and 2 territory. This chapter was so worthless. It is unbelievable. It did nothing. It said nothing. Horikoshi is such a bum that he went, this character is popular for some reason. He's not showing up in the manga for 100 chapters. Let's just randomly give him a full chapter because he's popular for some reason. A full chapter when we don't know how Mirio is taking to his new powers. We don't know how Miriko is taking to her new armlessness. We don't know if Gran Torino is alive.
You need to know these things? Why do you need to know these things?
Because that's how narratives work.
No, you're wrong. But you're wrong. Clearly, you're wrong.
You know what? You're right. I'm not getting paid for anything.
I just cannot. I read this chapter like, you are really just doing it. This is so uninteresting. And it is mind-numbingly interesting. You can faff about in your mind going, oh, here's all everything we know about All for One or whatever, One for All, who cares, whatever. Here's what we got. Why are these two people just in the back in the corner like their own punishment? This is stupid, but we're just gonna be like, hey, you guys want to give away power? Who cares? We're not talking about that. You can go, this is good narrative lore stuff, but this is more just people are taking up arms and it's bad. And we already got that.
We had a chapter and a half dedicated to this. Well, have a chapter dedicated to this. The rest was just kind of like thrown in every now and then. I don't know where this is going, and I'm not interested in knowing where it's going.
Yeah,
I was. Go ahead.
I had this idea like, how long has My Hero been going on?
A while.
Like, at least like a year or two ago, kind of before like all this in-depth One for All stuff came in. My thought was
it's been about 5 years, 6 years.
Like, because like every like episode or whatever, it's like, this is a story how I became the greatest hero in the world. I was thinking, especially when they got to the whole thing of quirk stealing, I'm like, oh, they just stole Deku's quirk. Like, my thought was, oh, his mom has telekinesis, dad could breathe fire, maybe he had, like, some kind of pyrokinetic quirk. And All for One, or One for All was going to get stolen or something, but then he would get his original quirk back, and then he would become the greatest hero with his original quirk. I'm like, hey, that'd be pretty cool. That's not happening.
I'm starting to think he's gonna get the ability to take quirks and he's gonna take villains' quirks and the greatest hero. I don't know.
I don't even care.
Oh yeah, this is what I was about to say though. DA and I were talking about this earlier, but they're gonna ruin Gentle because Gentle's gonna come out and it's gonna, how can we trust the Hero Society? You guys don't reform anybody, you just cap. And then Gentle's gonna come up. It's gonna be on the big screen in the back, and he's gonna hack in, and he's gonna be like, "Gentle hero, Gentle,"
And they're gonna ruin them somehow, some way. They're gonna ruin because Horikoshi is a bum.
Yeah, really, right now the manga I'm most interested in is Dr. Stone. And there's some shit going down in that manga right now.
Black Clover for me.
Black Clover got fire.
Black Clover has always been fire. The only thing with Dr. Stone, I like to read it in bunches, and I'm way behind, so I can probably power through that someday.
Yeah, I'm curious how this arc is going to end and what is going to happen.
Boy. My Hero is gotten really I used to read it as it came out. Now it's basically like, hey, did you read My Hero? Nope. And it was a day later. And then I literally read it right before the podcast started.
Yeah, it's kind of just a Sunday morning thing. I just open up Viz and read everything.
Fair enough, honestly.
Mm-hmm. All right.
No. Oh wait. Ralph hated Black Clover.
Yeah,
but he only knew about it from the anime and stuff.
Yep.
But Black Clover is flame.
I've been keeping up with it. It's definitely better than it was.
I had a thought. Blah. Just my brain
Doesn't
is
matter.
mush my brain is mush right now.
We're on wrap up mode.
Coming up, probably like 2-3 weeks. So the Ruby Volume 8 season just ended yesterday for if you have Verve or if you have the Rooster Teeth premium account thingy. So next week it'll be publicly available, the season finale. We will be doing a Because Reasons recap of Ruby Volume 8.
You have words.
Oh, so many words.
Oh, I've heard some of the words people have had.
Yeah, it's what is the word that I was thinking of?
Divisive.
Divisive. Really?
This season had the greatest difference in peaks throughout it.
Absolutely.
The highs were high and the lows were low.
Absolutely. One episode in particular, and I know you know what I'm talking about, Mike. I know you know it.
So, but before we head off, general consensus, is it a good season overall or a bad one, especially in comparison to where we had last season?
Hard to say. I would say it's either a really good season with a lot of bad stuff in it, or it's a really bad season with a lot of good.
There's
interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's some stuff.
Is Drew chiming in the chat? I haven't seen him talking, so.
Yeah.
He's not caught up as far as I know.
Yeah, he wanted to binge it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna rewatch everything just because I need to remind myself, because it started in October. So,
there's one episode I don't need a reminder. You know what I'm saying?
What?
But so yes, that'll be coming up. That'll be on the 2200 YouTube channel. We won't be doing a stream of that or anything. No. Obviously, Revisited, perpetually coming out at all times.
It needs to stop.
Your one-stop shop for episodic controversy.
Is that what
There
it
are
is now?
so many comments.
I literally had been like there has to be like just a short and snappy way to describe what Revisited is, and that's what I came up with.
Dude, it's like every 7th episode. It's just like, brrr, how dare you?
Opinions.
Can't have them anymore.
But that's like your opinion, man.
Yeah, but that's just like your opinion, man.
All right. I think that's basically. I was just trying to think of any other like little news tidbits. Mr. Factman.
Back this up.
35 facts about names.
Ralph, I feel like you haven't picked in a while.
It's because I haven't. Let's see. 35 facts. Let's go with 21.
No.
No. No. Okay. 16.
16. Okay. The most common boy name currently. I apologize. I got a little dizzy there.
Oh, wow.
No. I'm not used to taking pain pills. And they don't agree with me. The most common boy name in America currently is Michael. It has not been out of the top 10 given names for baby boys since 1943 and had an unbroken streak of number 1 from 1961 to 1998. In 2016, it was still ranked number 3.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Boy, you're so common.
Yeah.
Mike,
I am.
let's call it what it is. Basic.
It's mad basic.
You
Yes.
a basic boy.
There's gotta
am-
be
I am-
a
Character creator template number 1.
absolute just like
Oh,
every-
Would you want
Yeah.
to? How do you want to name your character? The default is Mike.
that will do. Acceptable.
Oh boy. All true. Truer statement has not been said in this podcast. Oh boy. All right. With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will probably actually not have an episode next week because it is Easter and I will be out of town. But the following week we will be back. So see you then, guys.
Maybe. Later.